welcome to another episode of Just My Opinion. I'm here with Mike.
Hello.
Going back to Medea already.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much, bro. Not much. Just enjoying our 4th of July weekend.
A very different one, right?
Very different, but very exciting. You know what made me happy was the amount of people on the roads this weekend. And I don't often say that because I hate traffic like everybody else that's listening to this or probably sitting in traffic listening to this show. But it's nice compared to the stuff we all went through last year, no matter where you're listening to this in the world, to see people out there enjoying the world, traveling again, and actually like the abundance of people that are traveling right now
Tell me about it.
It's awesome, man. I'm happy to see that, especially for like my friends. I have a lot of close friends, as you very well know, and I'm sure you have a lot of close friends that work in the theme park industry. We are very happy to know people are traveling. So
it is, yeah, it's crazy.
But outside of that, bro, it was just a good week. It's down in
a lot happening this week, right?
Yep. What about you, man? How about you? How's the airy world going this week?
It's going.
Oh, well, Mike, it's great.
It is good. No, it's just work. Working out.
Drink some water?
A lot of water. Like we just said, I'm peeing so much. It's all the time. You know what it is to be on a treadmill and then you got to stop to go pee. And then when you come back, somebody is taking your treadmill.
Yes, bro. Like,
don't you see this? The keys are there. My water's there. My cell phone is there. And you decide to use my treadmill.
It's funny you bring that up, dude, because that is something I, too, do at the gym. Like, if I got to go mid-set, I just leave my stuff there, and I like to pretend that's... And don't get me wrong, I try to be quick. Like, if I got to go number 2, I wipe the machine down, leave it alone. But if I'm going quick pee, dude, I
go number 2 in the gym?
If I got to. They sanitize a lot at my gym. Like, every 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, but I've never been to I've never done number 2 at a gym.
Really?
Never.
Oh, I feel the safest number 2ing at a gym.
Really? No, I do fart a lot. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the weightlifting or the running.
The muscles are contracting.
But the best part is everybody's listening to their own music and stuff, so they don't hear what's going on. They can probably smell it. But at that point, there's so many people around you, it doesn't matter.
Dude, what's funny is so I got these AirPods for Christmas last year, the new ones, and that block the noise. Well, there's a feature where I can hold them and will let the noise come through.
Okay.
So it amplifies too what people are saying. Like they're like hearing aids, like mini hearing aids. Anyways,
that's how my cycling sunglasses are.
So So what I'll do is sometimes in the gym, I'll hit pause if I get like a big group of people.
So you would hear me very well.
I just listen.
I rip it really hard.
I just listen to the bullshit people say because I don't know. I feel self-conscious now. I'm starting to gain a little bit of tone. So I'm worried in the gym that I'm now viewed as, oh, look at this asshole. Just comes to the gym 5 days a week, da-da-da-da. And, and I don't know. That's also a touch of arrogance in there, I guess. But I do find it funny. But yeah, no, I leave my pile of phone, keys, vape, whatever. And I'll run to the bathroom, and I treat it like a dog when they pee on their spot. Like, this is my territory. So if I come back and somebody's in my stuff, hello?
Yes. And there's plenty of treadmills. It's not like that was the last one available. Like, bitch? Really?
See, that happens to me on the leg press, bro. Like, I won't walk away from the leg press. Like, I'll hold it on the leg press. My gym has one leg press.
Leg day, you have to stay where you at.
Dude, because it seems like, does this ever happen to you where you're in the gym and you feel like everybody in the gym's doing the same workout you're doing? Like, if you're there for chest day, everybody wants to do chest day.
You're like, oh, they're doing the same routine I do.
Oh, they're following me everywhere.
Yeah.
The other day this happened, bro. The other day that happened to me in the gym. I swear to goodness, I'm working out with this guy. He made eye contact with me, and I try to, you know me, I'm like overly friendly. Like, hi, how are you? I'm Mike.
Yeah.
I come here a lot. You know,
Not me.
This guy-
I'm dancing in my own corner.
well, that day I was a little airy. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I'm in my own zone, and this guy's all chatty, and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm tapping my earbuds. Can't hear you. You know, pause button's broken. And everywhere I went in the gym, this guy was doing the same damn muscle group I was. So everywhere we went, here's me and George, just doing the lady. I call it the lady machine, but like the thigh mass, like the hip abductor,
Yeah.
right beside me, bro. We look like a fucking Richard Simmons workout video.
You walked in together.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
looked like, bro.
Yeah. You're a gym bro.
And hey, can I tell you something?
What?
I thought about you yesterday,
Okay.
and I wanted to save this. I didn't even tell you this before the show. That's why I wanted to hurry up. I've been thinking about you all week, right? So, because especially like when I can't talk a lot, because we're both always so busy. So, bro, I was so my sister, I'm gonna give her a shout out. She's gonna love this. My sister Ashley turned 29 yesterday.
Ooh.
Yep. Shout out to Ashley. Whoop whoop. Ashley Charles.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Boom, 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 baby. So, so we went down to my family's, did the 4th of July thing at my aunt's house. And when we were down there, you know, she's like, hey, you know, my brother-in-law tells me I got us a VIP spot at a club in Ybor City. I know you and Melinda aren't drinking, but you're more than welcome to come. Well, Melinda is like, me and her at the point of relationship, we're honest enough where she's like, hey, babe, I know you would rather go to the club. Like, you enjoy that more than I do. And I know you'll have a better time if I don't go, she says, because I'll relax at home.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, all right, I'll go. I decide, I'm like, it's a long day, but I'll go. So anyways, I go to the club, and I'm skipping a lot of the other stuff because I wanted to get straight to the point. We get settled in. I'm in VIP. I feel something graze my mid-thigh, my mid-lower thigh.
Ooh.
Not a hand.
Oh.
It was a human head. Guess who I saw? A little guy in the club.
No. No.
Swagged out, bro, like a little mini gangster. It was so
You should have taken a picture.
Bro, I tried. I
A
wanted
little video.
to.
Get it?
I
Little
wanted
video.
to- I wanted to so bad. I was like, oh, like I can't.
Yeah.
This guy, bro, he was thugged out, man. He had chains that like would reach to his knees, and I think they were standard size, and it was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
crazy because
they're
he had
lovable.
he had the little cup in his hand, like the drink cup, you know, with the straw and shit, and it looked like a full size cup. Like, dude, he was vibing. He had all
Ooh.
dude.
I've never
baggy
seen one
shirt.
at the club.
Me neither, bro. And he was gangstered out. Like I didn't want to fuck with this guy.
I wonder,
And
now that we say that, if because they're short, if they get tired faster when they're dancing.
Bro,
Short legs,
funny
you
you
know?
should say that. The club we were at, Club Prana in Ybor City, has on the 3rd floor, because it's like a building, and like
3 floors. Aw.
it's got five floors.
I think
each floor
Isn't that when we went
had-
last time?
No, me and you didn't go there. We're gonna go there though. We need to go
Okay.
back and go to Ybor. We have another guys' weekend. We'll go to Ybor.
Well,
So we were there, and each floor is its different like type of music and different DJ. It was really neat. Packed, bro. So many people, and which again, I enjoy that. You know, to a certain point, I get stressed, but I'm happy to be around. I like the life. You know, I like the
Yeah.
culture. I want to breathe it in, right? So I'm gonna have something to bitch about on the way home. And dude, I'm scanning the room. Everybody's vibing. And I just see him, and there's a stripper pole in the middle of the VIP room with like a little bass on it. He's sitting there like he's waiting on, like a grown man waiting on a bus. His feet ain't touching the floor, and all the women, dude, he was a pimp, bro. All the women coming up to him, just pop, pop, pop,
Hey,
pop,
papa.
pop, pop.
well, because they
Tatiana
find
don't
him
know.
cute, probably.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, we could spin him any way we wanted. You know, he's like a dildo with legs.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Bro, and kudos to him, man. Like I said, I'm not picking on him. I'm just embrace that dude. Oh my gosh, how funny. I don't know why, but I wanted all last night. I love that
story. You know that I saw one at work, and because I'm obsessed, I made the comment. I said, "Oh my god, there's a little person," and one of the assistants was next to me. He's like, "Yeah." I was like, oh, "I want to go pick him up." Literally, my assistant looked at me like, "What?" I was like, "Never mind." I had to walk away. I was like, "What did I just say?" Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
dude, this guy. Oh, it was great. Anyways, we definitely got to go there.
Yes, we had a great time last time.
Yeah, so fun, bro. The music, it was nice. I mean,
remember I got lost.
Now I will tell you. Oh, I remember you got lost. I definitely remember you got lost.
That was funny.
It is a different environment. There are some things going to the club is not one. To say, I'm not going to tell you going non-alcoholic to a club is impossible. But I felt stiff, you know? The hips weren't there. They weren't moving. I tried a couple of times. I was, I got it. Hey, I got it. And then it would just stiffen up on me, bro. I couldn't.
You got to stretch before you dance.
Bro, I had to. I was in there, like watching everything and trying to make sure. Every time I bumped into somebody, I looked like a security guard. Cause I'm just like, oh, hi, how are we? Are we getting some things done?
It's a workout. We danced so much at the wedding that we were at recently. The next day, we both woke up like so sore. It was worse than a workout.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, dude. It's all aerobics, man.
Yeah.
And on the topic of things that are probably borderline offensive.
Okay, that's the fun.
Dude, what's your take on our new loose American citizen again, free from the cells?
Well, he ain't loose. That's for sure. He was,
I would like to talk to you. If you don't know who we're talking about Mr. Bill Cosby.
He is a free man, right?
Dude.
So, you know a lot about the case?
I don't. Okay. If you want me to tell you what I know, I'll tell you what I know.
He was guilty, right? He was guilty.
He still is. Keep in mind, still is guilty.
Yes, correct. It was like 70 women, right?
50.
50? I mean, even if it was half of them.
Yeah, I mean,
let's say half of them,
and it's still bad.
Even if half of them were lying, it's still a lot.
Bro, like, where did you get all those Quaaludes? Like,
who's your dealer? Like,
yeah, bro, like he's dropping Quaaludes in 2004. Like, damn.
He had his own cartel.
Yeah, where the hell?
It is. I am very. I don't know what to say about it because, like, I believe them. I believe all those women. There's a lot of women. But how does that happen? He gave them that stuff in their drink. They all pass out, right? So will you wake up either in the middle of it or after and you say, "Ooh, I was raped," or somebody did it? Like, how do you?
No, I feel like if you're supposed to take, like if you took a Quaalude to get high, right? Like like Wolf on Wall Street. Like paint a picture. For those of you who don't know, like Quaalude's like a dated, like 90s type pill to kind of like sort of like an Adderall and a Molly mixed together, I believe is how it's been described. So anyways, it's old school, and what I read to just bring full spectrum light on the story was that he already, for one, like, so when the case originally popped up, all right, and everything like that, I think it was like 05. I think the crime was committed in 03, somewhere in that range, 03 or 04. 05, the girl is like,
well, that's one of them, but there's others that are even.
But the problem is they're past the statute of limitation.
True.
Right? And like, it's a big game of chess, all right? We're not saying we agree with Bill Cosby's antics, but this is how it's going. So he basically, in '05, there was a criminal charge obviously pending against him, but then there was obviously a civil suit that I believe her name is like Miss Conrad or Constrad, was filing against him to sue him for the alleged rape.
Yes.
The prosecutor felt that there was not enough there to win the criminal charges on stuff that you just said. Like,
yes.
Because Quaalude is not a Rufalin, or a roofie, or the date rape drug that it's formerly known as. So there's a little bit more fun side to Quaaludes, and that's where they got a little gray.
Yeah.
So what the prosecutor did at the time is he went, allegedly, to Bill Cosby's team and to Bill, and said, look, we'll offer you a deal of no charges for this particular case if you just tell us what happened. And at that point in time, Bill opened up the floodgates and publicly said, or didn't publicly, but said there to the prosecutor that, yep, I gave all these women Quaaludes in order to sleep with them. He said this. This is Bill Cosby's words. Says this, that he did everything, omitting his crimes. And at that point, the prosecutor's mindset was, well, this ensures that with this omission of guilt, even though we can't put him in jail, that at the very least, this gives us the ammunition needed to win the civil suit, i.e. get her money sooner. Well, and she did receive $3.38 million.
Ka-ching!
Keep that in mind.
So,
yeah.
And that is sad to hear. Truly it is. That happened to those women. Now, as a guy, these women passed out, right? They have to be, right? Just on the couch or in bed. As a man, what do you find attractive of that? Like, you're there with a person who's like, seems like she's dead. What are you like, what are you doing? It's kind of weird, and it's not funny, but it's kind of funny the same way. Like, and she's just there like a rubber doll. I don't know. Like, that's so weird. Like, what do you find in that?
I would have to agree with you.
That's sick.
And I'm sorry. It is. It's gross. And quite honestly, dude,
50.
if it were me,
50.
if I'm Bill Cosby and with Bill Cosby money,
right?
I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't endorse this either, but go buy yourself a high-end escort. Spend $3,500, $4,000. Hell, spend 10 G's on the best-looking girl you've ever had. Which, again, I'm not endorsing, but if you're gonna just make it about, I want to have sex with this person, I don't want it to be very hard, like, give yourself some insurance that something's going to happen. Classy girl, you can take her to a show, whatever.
Yeah.
And she is under full understanding of what's going to happen.
True.
You don't need to.
Now,
and you actually get somewhat of a faked experience. Like you said.
I'm not trying to also defend him, and by no way, but it didn't help him either that this started around the time that the Me Too thing was like in the peak. You know what I mean?
So, and to your point, what is funny about that, because to go back to the narrative of the actual story, so that deal was made, that they couldn't use his testimony against him, because the reason being at that point, if you did use it against him in good faith that you wouldn't, you've now taken away his Fifth Amendment right to not say anything at all. That's why it was so important. So,
you know what's disturbing? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Skip a few years from the time the deal was made. And keep in mind, the victim, Miss Constrad or Conrad, again, I apologize messing up her name, she didn't know about the deal allegedly being made. And she ended up, so when the new prosecutor came in, like, this guy served his term or got promoted, whatever.
Yeah.
He or she said, because I don't know if it's a man or a woman, said, no, I want to charge Bill Cosby. And that was in the year, I believe 2012, that started. That she said, no, I want to take him to jail, and used that protected testimony against Bill.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is she did not consult the prior prosecutor or did not get response from him. So that is why whenever Bill Cosby, for those of you that know that it's bullshit that he's released but don't know why, he was released on a clause like a game rule of chess.
Yeah.
Okay? Because now you took away his right of freedom of speech by using his testimony against him that he was told would not be put into court to charge him. And they did charge him, so they took it to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court,
Yep.
which is obviously above the district, and the Supreme Court took, and even though it was an unpopular decision because you know this man is a rapist and he did a lot of bad things, they took and got him released because they said, well, look, one of our own made him a deal.
Yeah.
That this wouldn't put him in jail, and we've now had him in jail for 3 years.
You know what is sickening? That his rep said that he is just focused on starting his tour.
Who the fuck's gonna go see him?
I would.
I do.
I don't want to support him.
Cheapest show you ever paid
I don't
for.
want to support him, but I would want to hear, because I'm pretty sure he's going to talk about probably prison, and probably, I don't know, some crazy ass shit.
Well, I mean, dude, again, like,
and there's going to be stuff coming out, deals, so many deals. Unfortunately, this is a way that works. Celebrity Live.
Truthfully,
I think he's going to get.
I don't think.
There's going to be a
I need
book.
to quit cutting you off.
I'm sorry. No, that's fine. There's going to be a book. There's going to be so many things, and he's going to be banking.
And you know what? And it's not that I'm mad about it, but I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. I think he's wasting his time, like you said, in today's pop culture.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it should be just a piece of pop culture. Sure. It should be part of every day. But there's so much more awareness to women's rights.
Yeah.
And, bro, I think that you're going to be, if any club that touches him, these other people are so worried about reputations, the comics that would follow, and dude, let's be straight up here. Anybody famous for some reason, and I've never understood this, is typically very, very far left.
Yes.
In the world of politics.
I agree in everything you're saying, but I truly believe he's going to try something.
Well, somebody will pay, right? Like, ultimately, somebody's going to pay.
Somebody will.
I just don't think he is, like my argument to Melinda over the week when we were talking about it, because she wanted to make sure I was taking it serious, because, she sees a couple of jokes I make and everything like that. But I just was like, I joke, but at the end of the day, are you surprised? It's like another famous person. If it was me or you and that had happened, we would be in there the rest of our lives. Yeah.
But then again,
if we hadn't already been killed in prison.
I don't agree with it, but unfortunately, they're so sick that they're going to try to bank out of this.
And
whether if it's successful or not, that's a different thing. I
would take what little money I have left, and I know Bill Cosby has a hell of a fortune, so I know it's not little. Yeah. But I would take my money, what I have left, and get a good financial planner to invest it so I could collect a really good wage.
He doesn't need to invest. He's old as hell. Just enjoy
that
money.
Would disappear on an island.
Leave. Do something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Go live an isolated life on an island somewhere. That way people can come and go as you want them to that are your friends. Yeah. And get the fuck out of town.
Yeah. It is crazy because law, it is... Man, you can use it in so many ways to do stuff like that.
They literally used a clause. That's how they got it. And look, I'm not agreeing with it, but looking at the rules of the game, it was a well-played move by his defense team to get, their job at the end of the day is to get the bad guy out.
That is the job. And they did.
Okay. They make a lot of money to do what they do. And they didn't play outside of the lines. There was a promise made by the court system of Pennsylvania. They did not hold up to that promise. And once they got that original prosecutor to make an appearance in court and give his testimony, validating that he did say it would not be used. Now, the catch to that is that it cannot be used in the case of Miss Conrad. So more than half of the cases are, like the ones you mentioned, are all outside of the statute of limitations, meaning they can no longer press charges, it's too late. But now my interest is, how long before we see his name back up from the next allegation?
Yeah. Do you think that it's going to happen? Do you think those women will feel that it's worth to do?
I mean, I don't know, because if I'm Miss Conrad's family, and again, it could be Conrad, but we're going to say Conrad. I don't, unfortunately at first, I think, yeah, that's why, because of her success in speaking out, getting off her chest, that's why they were able to, all these 49 or 69 others, whatever it was, were able to jump in and say, yeah, he did that to me too. But now that it crashed and burned and he got out, I wouldn't want to speak up at this point. I'd be like, you're just going to embarrass yourself and look like you're a money chaser. And that's what's unfortunate. Yes. That is what's unfortunate.
That's the label, unfortunately.
Because that's what they're going to label it as. And you know what? I think you should pay them all $3.38 million if that's what it takes. But at the end of the day, bro, you took something away from these women that you probably didn't have to. And I don't want to put the girls out there that they were all going to sleep with them, but I'm sorry. You're hanging out with, I'm sure this happens for women, female single actresses as well. Don't get me wrong. If Jennifer Lawrence, and this doesn't happen, but Jennifer Lawrence, Hunger Games, hello? You run into her at the bar, and you think she has to give you a pill to get you to go home and sleep with her? No. Shakira, hello? No, them hips don't lie, baby.
She can put a few pills, yeah.
Exactly. Well, I might take a Viagra so the night doesn't end sooner. That's the only pill I'm taking, baby. But case in point, I'm just saying that sometimes that status alone and just
no,
they wanted to sleep with Mr. Huxtable.
We'll talk about those people. His attorneys are great, right? They
are.
Oh
yeah, I mean that's some real Johnny Cochran shit.
That's the attorneys that Britney Spears need.
Ooh, dude, Britney Spears right now.
I feel sad for her.
Dude, I've never felt so sad, and I think we touched on this the other day, didn't we? A little bit with JT.
Her case got denied. Like everything got denied.
And it's bullshit, dude. And that's where you see that people get really fed up with the system. When you see bad people that said, I did this to these women, get out and have the arrogance to say all he does is care about going on tour. When meanwhile, Britney Spears can't even get the right to have the power to control her own money.
She gets an allowance of her own money. At 40. Isn't she like 40?
Oh, yeah.
She gets.
Let me get a definitive.
She gets an allowance of her own money. Now, here's my questions, right? Because he is in charge of pretty much everything, right? How is the life, right? How is their life, the day to day? Hey, honey.
Britney's 39.
Yeah, by one. He goes and visit her,
close.
right? Yeah. Visit her. Hey, honey, how you doing today? Here's your allowance. Like, how do you have a relationship with your daughter like that? How do you have the face to call her? That's the other thing. I'm pretty sure they don't have even a relationship.
That's gone.
Yeah. So why keep trying?
Dude, because that person, this guy alleging to be her dad, and I say alleging because I'm sorry, any dad that thinks that that's right to do to their son or daughter or non-binary person in today's day and age, you're fucked up, bro. That's all that is. Like, you don't do that to your kids. And an adult kid at that?
Well, and if to everything that's been said, if she's really that way, why would you want to deal with all that? And he is not. And he is not dealing with anything at this point. He's not. He's not in their life. He's not in her life. So what?
No, but he's in a new Mercedes. That's the whole thing, bro.
Making
is
that
like
moolah.
he don't want to mess with his
But he
paycheck.
needs to be a little smarter too. Let her be, so she can actually make music. She probably doesn't want to do anything in life right now.
Dude, and look, 40 years old, she's young.
She looks good.
Britney, you know, she's young, essentially. I mean, dude, there's actors, actresses, and singers now more than ever making it to their late 70s. I mean, look at fucking Clint Eastwood. Holy
He's like
shit.
200.
Clint Eastwood's in his... Yeah. And he's still making movies. He still scares the shit out of me with that.
He's intimidating, right?
Thing. Yeah. So, like, it's just, it's sad, bro. It's just bad with Britney. Britney's is the worst. That's the worst.
Does she even get, like, drug tested now during all this thing?
Oh, I'm sure. They told her she couldn't, like, conceive any children if she wanted. Like, they prevented her from getting rid of her IUD. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And, like, how that's even a thing that they can tell her she can't get her birth control removed is beyond
that's how
me.
You can... The law is there to, we follow the law, but at the end of the day, if you have the right attorney, they will find a way to use that law to their advantage. There's ways. Yeah. You have the smart one, the good one, and they find ways to do the job.
But like, do you ever wonder like what the place looks like that she's staying at, like the hospital? It's got to be a nice one, right?
Oh yeah. This isn't
like, it's not like she's like wearing scrubs locked up in a room all day.
No, that's a 5-star hotel. That's an all-inclusive in Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but
I mean,
look,
for us,
it might.
For us, it would be great. For us, it would be great. But when you have millions and they give you an allowance, they control everything you do, then that's different. Now, me right now, the way I am right now, if you tell me I'm going to be in a 5-star hotel, hey, I might consider it.
I mean, look at Tiger Woods, bro. This man went to rehab a couple years ago for alcoholism. Yeah. Tiger Woods went to rehab. Oh,
Somebody
so
went
sad.
for sex, right?
Somebody
went for sex rehab. Some celebrity. I can't remember.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen, I thought, did at one point. Oh, gosh. We just lost him as a fan. So, it was, it looked beautiful where Tiger Woods was at. I'm not being rude, but
it feels like lately it's just a lot of bitching. Just let these people be.
Yeah.
Let them be. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the way things are today, why keep doing that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to be an Olympian and smoke a joint, be an Olympian.
How does that affect? I get it. There's rules, and you follow those rules. She knew better. If that is something that is not allowed to do, then that's another thing. Now, is it bad? Come on.
I mean,
weed. 2021.
Yeah, that's my thing. It is 2021. That's something, and I don't know enough about that to know if that was an Olympian rule, or is that a United States Olympic team rule?
I don't know.
Because if it's an Olympian rule, I kind of understand. Like, it's an international set of rules. Like, every country's got to abide to it. Like, look, girl, you got 4 years to smoke weed. We're asking you not to the last 60 days before competition.
I mean, she could have done less. Buy some good juices out there and just clean herself. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Get some cranberry juice, ocean spray. We all been there. Drink a gallon a day.
Oh, you pee so much and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what are you... like, that's my thing with weed. I mean, anybody out there listening to this shit has been through that shit, knows how to clean the system in a quickness if you got to.
Too. Yeah.
And, yeah, it's... So, it was kind of stupid. So I kind of wonder, like, were you asking to get caught? And like you said, like, the rules... If the rules say, look, bro, if you're gonna get on a Wheaties
I do feel
box,
bad for her because it's probably a dream that she had to be an Olympian, and it got messed up. But
call it a pipe dream. I'll tell you that.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
and
we should not be just stopping somebody from doing something like that. I mean, it's funny because baseball players been in trouble because they take steroids, right, or whatever enhancement drugs, what you want to call it. My issue about it is how those steroids make you better, like a baseball. Think about baseball. You literally you're getting a ball that is almost 100 miles per hour. How does the steroids help you to hit that ball? If you don't touch it, it ain't going nowhere. Right? Unless it helps you with your vision and your, I don't know, you see that ball like a Matrix coming to you and you just, and you feel it's coming like 5 miles per hour. I don't know how that works. But yeah, come on. All these old laws or regulations, they have to be revised. We got to update that stuff. Again, 2021, let's update that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, I like to believe that, that shit should be, with the steroids, I guess, like, maybe you take enough steroids, you work out harder in the gym so you can swing harder. Maybe you pitch really, really fast. Like, it's just like, bro, my arm really whips it when I'm taking the needle. But, I don't know. It's getting real crazy out there. You saw what the other Olympic girl did. We got one who can't play because she's getting too high, and the other one who's winning races and holding up T-shirts. The one. So there was a pledge of allegiance.
Yeah.
There was a girl, and bro, and she's not even in a cool sport, bro. I'm sorry, like. Look, I don't.
I think she was high. She had the same. She had the same guy giving her marijuana. The same guy. She was like, the national anthem went on, and she's like, what is that?
Yeah, I give it, dude. I get it. Colin Kaepernick started all this damn shit, interrupting the football games and stuff. And like, look, and I'm not saying there's not a platform for those groups, whatever they're affiliated with, because I'm not going to say they're all affiliated with BLM. Mm-hmm. There's more than just that. But do it on your off day. Why you got to do it on game day? Whatever. Go to a charity event for those things.
I don't blame the girl because I think that would have happened to me. Not on purpose. I think I would have just be so distracted, and the emotions. I'm getting a medal, and I don't know. I personally think that I would be so distracted, like. I'm looking at the crowd to see if I see my wife and kids. Like, I'm here.
Dude, I did this.
I did it.
Diane.
And they're like, excuse me. I'm like, give me a minute. Over there. Let's take a picture.
Bro, she won like Olympic hammer throwing too. Like it wasn't even like it wasn't like it was the U.S.
So what is it about
team,
it that because she didn't do what she was supposed to do? What is it about it? You feel. In your particular case, you feel offended that she did that?
I do, and it's one of the rare occasions that I do, right? Like, because I don't give a damn. I really don't. Like, I have no problem with people that have whatever they're trying to support. I think that's great, that you take your status and you do use it for something other than just making money. I think that's cool. But again, you're working, that, and the Olympics are a little different, but you're working essentially 1 day a week. Mm-hmm. What are you doing that you can't speak up or go endorse your movement, whatever it is, any other day of the week besides Showtime?
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't make a difference. If Peyton Manning goes tomorrow and calls his manager and says, I want to have a press conference about such and such movement, I'm going to have these other professional athletes all there. The news people will be there. You don't have to do it at a football field just because it's Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by using your platform to still get the voices of others. In my case, the reason I was frustrated is because, A, the Olympics are in China, and we already know what China threw America's way last year, at least on allegations, the Wuhan special. So with COVID coming over and everything going down like that, I'm like, I really don't want to be embarrassed in China.
Yeah.
Okay. or although I think it might have been in Tokyo. So did I embarrass
Tokyo.
myself?
I think it's Tokyo.
Anyways, but okay. So, but whatever. It's in that part of the world, and when you're representing the U.S. team, it's just a little, like, you know how, okay, look, when you're growing up, you know how your parents say, you don't go to school and you don't talk about our problems. If you overheard me and your father get in a fight, you don't go to school and tell Pedro, Eric, and Romero about all this shit. No, you keep it in the house. The rest of the world already thinks America's on some other shit right now. So when our Olympic teams go out, they generally do really well. Because I'm not calling the girl a loser. Like, the Americans do really well in sports. So on a platform where we actually do get the opportunity to shine, even in something like hammer throwing or whatever she was doing, why would you take that opportunity to now on the world stage make an ass out of your country? Is how I look at it. Is like you took our problems and broadcasted them to the entire world when they're already done through the bullshit, that we see on the news. It's just kind of like, this is a win for the country. Enjoy it for what it is. And then when you go home and we have the big victory rally for all of the winners, maybe take that time, here on the home front to talk about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe because here's the first thing. I don't know my own national anthem. I don't know. I don't know the Puerto Rican national anthem. I don't. Maybe it was never thought. It's never been a thought to me, or it was never put in my mind growing up in school. The importance of the respect for the flag. This might sound bad, but I don't care for it.
No, I don't think it sounds bad.
But maybe it's because the way our schools back home, maybe it was not a big deal. Here, you play the national anthem and stuff like that, and they do in Puerto Rico. But here, since you're a kid in school, they teach you that stuff, right? And it is here.
It's a big
Puerto
deal.
Rico, at least. I mean, again, but you have to take consideration where I'm coming from. But that was never
it's okay.
a thing. I am pretty sure. I am going to say that more than 50% of Puerto Ricans don't know the national anthem of Puerto Rico, like word by word. We might know the name of it, and we know the tone, the tune, whatever. But I can't sit there like you and sing the national anthem. Even at least you can maybe sing half of it. I can't.
Well, I guess like in this person's case, like she added to it.
Yeah.
Like she was interviewed after the fact, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm pissed, and I don't want to, and I feel like I didn't have to, and da da da." And you don't. You truthfully, that is the beauty at the end of the day of wearing the red, white, and blue. But let me ask you this: you see anybody from Russia cut a 180?
They might get
Hell
shot.
no, because in Russia you'll
But you
exactly.
See,
you'll land over there, and somebody from the KGB will cut your ass.
You see what I mean? It depends on how you grow and how you're being raised, right? How you're being raised to respect that. That was not a thing for us, So, but standing there, putting my hand in my heart when they're playing the national anthem, doesn't change the fact that I respect the flag less than anybody, or you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, no, and totally get that. And I guess like for me, if you would have just if her stance would have been like, let me just stand here, but like for her to turn around and hold a shirt up that says activist athlete, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What do you do? What do you do when you go home and nobody's in the market for a rock thrower or a hammer thrower? Especially not. I mean, look. I'm gonna ask you this: how's Kaepernick's job hunt going? Still ain't got a job, bro.
Then give him a job.
Thank you. Everybody wants to support him, but nobody will hire him. Not ESPN, no football team. And I'm not saying he'll never work again, but like, I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it, because I think that there is something to be said about BLM. I support the cause of BLM. I just don't think, and again, that's why this podcast is called Just My Opinion. It's our opinions. I don't think you should, don't take your problems to work, bro. Yeah. Do that in your off time. Do it in your off time. Anybody would have showed up to see Colin Kaepernick. I mean, at that point in time, he was a great quarterback. And, you could have just said, hey, I'm part of this cause. I think this is bullshit, what's going on in the league. I want to get a rally together. Let's talk about it. People would have shown up just to see him.
Just do like the runner. Just smoke some weed.
Yeah. Now, at the end of the day, the runner was the least bad one out of this whole damn thing. The runner's like, look, bro, I just was smoking a little weed. I got some nerve problems. I like to go natural.
Is it bad that for both stories, the girl, but they got suspended because of the marijuana, and the girl that was not at the national anthem, she was, who knows what she was looking at. When I saw both videos or pictures, is it bad that I start laughing? I found it very funny. I'm sorry.
No, and you're right, bro. People are looking at the United States right now going, wasn't a big... Hey, is Trump in the stands? That's all we're missing.
That's it.
People were... Oh, my gosh, bad, bro. I'm like... Well, and you talk about the bullshit again, right? Like the irony in those two... Look, you got the two Olympic stories and you got Britney and Cosby. Wrong one in both of those, in my opinion. The wrong side won in both of those stories we just told. Because the girl who just smoked weed, I don't see a problem in. At the end of the day, you did know the rules, right? Yeah. But, you smoke some weed, I really don't see a big deal. If anything, that's going to hurt her athletic performance if she's high during a sport. Who is she hurting by smoking weed? I'll never know.
Yeah.
I'll never know. But the girl who wants to become an activist on the winning platform, she'll be endorsed and
she'll be rewarded,
because of her, her courageousness. Yeah, she'll be rewarded. Nobody will say anything to her now. Not a damn thing.
I still find it funny, but
wow, I know, we got deep on this one.
We need to laugh.
I am so sorry, guys, bro. We got. Yeah, I really do. On a side note, I feel like this is one of our most educated fucking podcasts we've ever dropped. We had some serious facts.
You know what? To make it a little bit more not so serious, I can just say I don't really care about anything that we just talked about.
Well, it made us.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I guess that's the point, right? Maybe. It's in the name, it's just to give some bullshit opinions sometimes. But
no.
At the end of the day, look, good for them.
Yeah, it is our opinion.
Not for Cosby, but good for everybody else. I mean, good for Cosby's legal team. They will have jobs the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it sucks too. Yeah, sucks to be in their positions and all their positions.
Holy shit, we were.
At least we were able to enjoy some TV and movies, right?
What did you watch this week, bro?
Yeah, we did. There's a lot of stuff out there right now. I watched a lot of stuff. A lot. I watched. Well, we'll talk about the movie you told me about that I did watch it. But I saw the new horror movie from Netflix, Fear Street.
Is it pretty good?
1994, I think it's the name. Supposed to be a trilogy. I think.
Out of.
You gotta always put me in the spot.
It's not a cup of tea you're sipping. I can tell that right now.
No, because when I watch a horror movie, I want to watch a horror movie. I hate to see teenagers or kids trying to make their little joke in the movie. You're about to get killed and they make some funny comment or something. I don't know about those movies. You know what I mean? So it obviously has some killing in the movie, But again, I hate when there's teenagers and just mess it up. Mr. What it could be a really good horror movie. Like there's some scenes too that don't make no sense. You know, there's a scene at the hospital where they're all getting killed, right? The main stars of the movie. But then when you look back at the movie, it sucked because there was only the receptionist at the hospital and one nurse. Where was everybody else? Where are the patients? If you look at that scene, if you look at that sequence in the movie, and you look back like, wait, what just happened here? Then the cops show eventually later on, and they find the two bodies. Where's everybody else in the hospital? It's a hospital. No security guy, no patients. I don't get it. Like it was kind of stupid. It was very stupid. I'm still gonna watch the other ones. It's a trilogy, so I'm gonna see what happens. But it was silly. Horror movies should be horror movies that scare the crap out of you. It should be serious. I don't need no teenagers running around. It was so stupid. But it was.
So
I think it's gonna do well.
Overall rating. I got some compliments this week online. We do our 5-star ratings. Overall rating. They love your reviews. They love your reviews.
What is this? What is the 5 out of 5?
Out of 5 stars, remember we can Dewey Decimal this bad boy in.
Easy, half a star.
Half a star?
Yeah.
Out of 5.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, I know the whole deal of making a trilogy to bring people watching more Netflix. I get it. That is a really cool idea. Finish the trilogy, remove it out of Netflix. Let's go. Simple.
Oh, we can do that? Half a star. Holy shit.
You put the rules on. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know.
So anyway, if you get to watch it, don't listen to my opinion. Just watch it and you tell me.
Fast forward through the hospital scene because it's all bullshit.
Yes. So you know what else I watch?
What?
Because there's a lot of like TikTok videos about this new show on Netflix called Sex Life. Have you seen it?
I have seen about it, and I haven't seen it yet.
Well, everybody's freaking out because it's hardcore, you know, a lot of sex and stuff like that. But I was like, yeah.
Are you surprised?
Okay.
You know that.
About what?
No, I mean like people being.
The hype? Yeah. I'm like, what is it about it? It's just.
The movie is called Sex Life. Like, what do you give a shit?
Yeah. And it's not like they're showing like a lot either, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, it's very popular right now, but I don't know. Now, you know, the whole thing about the plot is cool. I think is interesting because it's stuff that I think people go through. You know, I think it's a real thing that she's happily married with kids, husband that works a lot, so the sex life changes. You know.
Yeah.
So she's just thinking about the past, about this, you know, edgy guy or the bad boy who used to rock her, if you want to put it that way. But so I think that's normal. I don't know.
I don't see no problem with that.
Yeah,
if you feel like making love, no problem with that. Yeah. Ooh, smooth jazz.
That should be the theme song of the show. That's how it should start. And I think people will be more drawn to it. Yeah. So I'm watching it little by little, you know, and we'll see what happens. But yeah.
Well.
What about you? What do you watch? I know you watched something, and I watched it because you told me about it.
Okay, I'm going to get right to the point, and I think next week I'm going to have a movie episode. We should have a movie show episode. We got to lighten it up.
Let's do our own Oscars.
Our own Oscars? Okay. Oh, we're going to talk about that offset, but I like that. We're going to do like a best 3 of each.
Or our movie critic.
Ooh.
Like hardcore critic.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm going to do and we're going to do, okay, good. The movie I'm talking about, the movie I'm hyped about, the movie I loved that came out this week was on Amazon Prime, not on Netflix, and it was The Tomorrow War, starring Chris Pratt and a number of other great actresses and actors. Fantastic movie.
The daughter who plays the older daughter version in the movie.
Yes.
She is amazing. She's from the show Handmaid's Tale.
Dude,
she is such a good actress.
Dude, and I mean, like, if I could insert a round of applause for Amazon for taking part in that shit, dude. I mean, hello. That movie was fantastic, dude. The premise of this movie, guys, if you like a little bit of sci-fi, if you love action, and it's even got some pull on your heartstrings stuff with the daughter. This movie is really wrapped around family, even though it's all those other things. There is like a root of family problems that are fixed through it, and wow. Now it's not a movie to watch with your little kids if they easily get scared, because but the graphics on the thrilling stuff, like
looks really good.
On what are they called, the white spikes is what they call the bad. And again, I don't want to be too much spoiler on it because it's still really new. It just came out on the July the 2nd. Dude, what a freaking movie! You got time travel. You got freaking crazy monsters. You got the army. And at one point in the movie, I'm like, how the fuck did we get here? Okay, there's a lot of shit going on, variable-wise. And just when you think it's going to end, it keeps on going. Like, one of the best endings that finally made sense in a movie where it wasn't left. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the movies have been left open-ended over the past couple of years. Like, everybody wants to make a damn sequel. There's no room for a sequel in this movie that would make sense. It is done. They ended it. And I loved it. It was a long 2-hour plus movie. I think it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So it's a long movie. You got to sit down and watch. But worth the watch, bro. I mean.
Yeah. So I watched it with my stepdad last night, and he loves action movies. So okay. My first opinion was that I was like, oh, don't tell me another alien movie and somebody has to save the world. Pretty much. The reason I liked it is because it's action-packed.
And it is good.
It's really good action. It's really good action. That's what I took from the movie. That's what I liked about the movie, the action of it.
And it made sense. It was, like you said about the other movie, how it was like just these stupid-ass scenes that didn't really make sense. Every piece of the movie resurfaced at why they did this, because they needed to do that. And I love the fact that I watched a movie that answered all my questions, that said, we don't need to make 10 movies to make them all make sense. Let's make one really solid movie. Yeah. You know, and it wasn't like they were packed full of like Oscar-winning actors and actresses. They had just a good mix of big names, newer names, up-and-comers. Like, there's some people in there that I don't know by heart, but I know I've seen them in other movies. And it had a very light sprinkle of comic relief. Light. Yeah. Very light sprinkle. But so freaking funny. And action-packed. By the time I saw the end, I mean, dude, I literally, in my own living room, started clapping with how happy I was about that movie. And I love Chris Pratt. I do have a slight man crush on Matt McConaughey and Chris Pratt. I always tell Melinda, I'm like, you know, if I was going to go the other way, I think I would pick Pratt.
Yeah, typical white guy.
Dude, you're telling me Chris Pratt? Dude, this guy kills it. He's funny. His action is... I mean, this guy came from being on Parks and Rec as a sitcom guy.
Now, I'm sorry. What about J.K. Simmons? He plays the dad. How freaking fit is this guy in the movie?
Dude. Yeah. Such a great... He looks so good aged and like grungy in the movie.
If he would have been shaved, you would think that he's not his age.
And can you believe he's the farmer's insurance guy? We are farmers.
I told my stepdad, I said, that's the guy who was in Spider-Man. What do you call it, the boss? That's him. And he's like, what? You couldn't believe it. Fit as hell.
Dude, look like a stud. In the movie,
I think he's going to be in another superhero movie. I think he's going to.
Dude, he's hot right now. Do I dare say the next Clint Eastwood type? Like favorite old older action character.
Yeah.
Potential.
You could say, yeah.
Potential.
Yeah. It depends on what else he's going to do now.
He's going to have to back off them farmers commercials. Okay. He's going to have to back off.
Now, that is an intimidating guy. He is intimidating.
He
looks like he can beat your ass.
And his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Very
he's
deep,
meter, you know?
unique, carries himself strong.
Like, I will buy the insurance because I feel scared of him.
Yeah, and dude, I love those commercials on a side note, by the way.
Yeah.
If they throw out the weirdest scenarios. If your roof caves in because your neighbor threw a basketball at your house, we've got you covered. We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. And like a basketball.
It's good. It is good, yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. But, man, we talked about a lot.
We did. And I'm sorry it got a little heavy there today, guys. We really overextended that. But I was in a vibe, man. I was in a vibe. I'm feeling American pride. It's July 4th.
We talked so many things. I almost smoked weed. Yeah. But I don't want to be canceled.
Don't worry, we got no requirements on the show, bro. You can be as green as you want to be, baby. Do your thing, baby. Hey, by the way, is it selfish if we do an Instagram shout out? Because like I've been wanting to boost some followers, you know.
Yeah.
So feel free to give me a follow on the gram if you like listening to what we're doing. I try to post funny videos, some motivational stuff on there. Mike_Styles_official on Instagram. Mike Styles Official. Check it out. And then I have a TikTok. I'm tiki-talking with the children, trying these days. Mike Roberts 09. That's what TikTok assigned me. There's no meaning in the 9. I'm part of the system. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to throw yours out there, bro, but I am. I'm trying to get the followers up. We've been having so much fun.
Yeah.
And next week, I'm also going to get to tell you, Tuesday, I start my comedy college.
Yeah?
Yep, this Tuesday.
Nice.
3-hour course starts with Second City. So, along with our movie show, TV show Oscars next week's episode, it's going to be real light and funny again. Yeah. I'm going to give you some feedback on how comedy school went. I'm really excited.
They can find our names also at the bless you.
Thank you, sir.
They can find us in our Just My Opinion page on Instagram. We have both of our names in there.
And we're rolling on the Facebook too, right?
Yeah, Facebook, everything. We're everywhere. So yeah, I don't even know what my name is on Instagram. I think it's my name and last name. I don't know.
I think it is.
Anyway, yeah, I think it is. Is Eddie Elizalde.
Eddie Elizalde. All the white people have a good time looking for that. Just go to my page, see if you can find his name.
Yeah, our page is right there. It says right there. But yeah, so but I gotta give a shout out to somebody. And I told you this earlier. I look at this stuff once in a while, and I need to see if I can say this correctly. We have a listener. You can check that stuff. All the way is called Trondheim in Hungary. I'm sorry, Norway.
Norway. And Trondheim. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. If you're listening right now, and you go and follow the Just My Opinion podcast on Instagram or Facebook, drop us a message, and as soon as we ever get, and I'm not going to jump the gun, so not everybody start asking. I know they're just going to line up for this. One of the first T-shirts that we make, T-shirts or any swag we make.
It's going to Norway?
It's going to Norway. Anybody outside of the U.S. listening to this show right now that can do that.
Yeah, baby.
I say, and look, I'm sorry, I don't want to exclude any of our family, but we have family in Puerto Rico, obviously, that we keep very close to the show. That don't count. So don't be hitting them up asking for it. I mean,
they still will.
Yeah, so can I get a shirt, Pa?
Papa,
Papa. Come on, Pop. We know each other. How many años? How many años? Papi.
Hey.
But if you're in Trondheim, Hungary, you're checking out this show, or you're somewhere over there off the beaten path from basically more than 1,400 miles away from the state of Florida and out of the U.S.
It's amazing how this kind of stuff can reach so far.
Yeah, and thanks for listening.
Yeah. Amazing, right?
And stick with us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, they can follow us. We're all platforms right now, up and running. So just follow us, listen, share, tell everybody. Tell your cousin, your mother, your uncle.
And if anybody listening to this show works for Celsius, we love Celsius. I had a Celsius before this show. I'm hyped.
Addicted.
Celsius, buy one.
Yeah.
Go to your local gym, and that's the only plug you're getting for free. I'll tell you that, Celsius.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Mm-hmm. And on that note, we're leaving.
We're leaving?
Yeah. We're done.
All right, bro. I'm going to miss you.
Sounds good, man. We'll talk next week.
All right, bro. Let's do it again. I'll see you, bro.